show you some more chords now. We're going to concentrate on E, E minor, then F, F minor, and then I'm going to show you a chord progression that I think sounds really cool, really pretty-like. So let's start with the E, E major. It's going to sound like this. Playing all the strings. I believe this is the second chord I've shown you where you play all the strings. The G was the other one. I'm using the index finger, my middle finger, and my ring finger. I'm playing the sixth string is open. And the next two strings, the fifth and fourth, those are fretted on the second fret. My middle finger is going to be on the fifth string, second fret. My ring finger is going to be on the second fret, fourth string. So I got this so far. Then the final fretted note is going to be my index finger on the first fret on the third string. And then the first and second strings are played open. So all 6 strings, it sounds like this. Now, to play minor, this is such an easy transition. You just lift up your index finger. The transition from major to minor or minor to major, just a one-note difference. For this, it happens to be that note that is being fretted on the third string. You just flatten that by a half step or one note. So that's it. Here's major, followed by minor. So one note changes it from a happy chord to a darker, more eerie sounding chord. So that's it. That's how you play E major and E minor. Now the F chord. It's a little bit more difficult because you're barring your first finger, your index finger. I don't typically bar chords, so even for me, it takes some getting used to. So the F major is going to be played with all my fingers, barring the index finger across all 6 strings of the first fret. Now it's not going to sound all those strings, but you need to bar it across all those strings in the first fret. Now the first note is going to be on the 6th string, first fret. Then the following 2 after that, the 5th and 4th strings are going to be played on the 3rd string. So the ring finger is going to be on the 3rd fret, 5th string. The pinky, yeah that's it, the pinky is going to be on the 4th string, 3rd fret. So we've got the index on the 6th string, 1st fret. We've got the ring finger on the 3rd fret, 5th string, and the pinky on the 3rd fret, 4th string. So we've got this so far. And then we've got the middle finger, which is going to be on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. That one. So here's what it sounds like so far. And then the last 2, this is where it gets tricky. The 1st and 2nd strings, those are going to be on the 1st fret, and the only way you can get those is by barring that index finger. So it's going to sound like this. Hopefully I'll get them all to sound through on the first try. Just like that. And to make this minor, all I do is I lift my middle finger, and that's it. I play all those again. So now that first finger is going to be barring yet another string. It's going to be barring the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings, as well as the 5th string. So you got an extra note in there. It has to be played by the barring finger nonetheless. So this is a rather difficult chord to play. One of the more difficult ones in my opinion. So hopefully I can get this one on the first try too. It's going to sound like this. That's it. I got them all mostly to sound through. This is really a great one to strengthen those fingers, especially the barring finger is really difficult. So that's major and minor of F. And we just did E major and E minor. So we got those 4 chords now. E major, E minor, F major, F minor. Now the chord progression I'm going to show you, it's really nice sounding. I wrote it as far as I know, but it sounds like others I've probably heard elsewhere. And as you write at least the more simple chord progressions, there's going to be a lot of familiar ones out there just because they've been used so much. but they still sound nice. So here's what I'm using. This entire chord progression, just refer to the tablature for it to learn it. But I'll tell you right here that it's going to consist of A minor and E major. There's also a G major and a C major. Just those 4 chords. And put all together, it's going to sound like this. I'm going to play with the metronome, trying to remember how the chord progression went. So there was a little pause here and there. I'm going to play this at, because I feel I've got the chord progression now, it should be automatic. It's going to be 3 notes a beat in triplets. I'll play it at 62 beats a minute. So just to freshen my memory, it's going to be play along if you like. You'll want to study this first in the tablature and get it down probably. And play with your metronome. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and very cool melody. So I hope you enjoy that one too.